In 1988, one of the greatest and most influential anime movies of all time was created. Akira was an anime that broke the mold and influenced movies and anime for years to come. Akira is a supernatural science fiction futuristic action series set in Japan after the Third World War. This war was started after a massive explosion in Tokyo thought to be a bomb. The story of Akira starts 38 years after the war is finished and Tokyo has been rebuilt. Here we find two motorcycle gangs at war with each other when they stumble upon something much larger than they had bargained for. This being a strange-looking experimental child who had escaped from a secret government organization who was being hunted by them. The child has mysterious psychic abilities such as the ability to create a wave of energy to shield himself, the ability of teleportation, and also the ability to destroy everything around him. Because the biker gang gets mixed up with this mysterious child and other riots in the area, they are taken in for questioning. This is pretty much the major similarities between the stories of the anime and the manga. While these two share similar events, I feel that the anime lacks the detail to explain the story properly. Honestly, I feel the story of the movie to be kinda confusing, but that's really to be expected when you have such a long manga. 2,000 pages of manga translated into this 2-hour movie, and it just is not gonna work out right. This manga is huge! Up until recently, I haven't read the manga of Akira, but the movie was one of the first anime movies I had ever seen, so I had seen this numerous times trying to grasp the story. I thought that I understood the movie of Akira, but after reading the manga and going back and watching the movie, I came away with a completely different experience. I feel that the movie of Akira was just a showcase for some of the major events in the manga, thrown in with a little bit of story just to make it feel complete. In both the anime and the manga, Tetsuo manages to escape the secret facility after experimentation and gaining these special psychic abilities. The friendship between Tetsuo and the leader of his biker gang, Kaneda, is important in both the anime and the manga. Kaneda and Tetsuo have been close friends for many years. Kaneda treats Tetsuo like his little brother and protects him from danger. Tetsuo slowly begins to resent Kaneda because where he's always being protected, it hurts his pride. Once Tetsuo gains these psychic abilities, he begins to feel independent, and that's where these stories begin to differ. In the anime movie, Tetsuo's power goes to his head, and he begins to lose control while Kaneda tries to save him from himself. But in the manga, Tetsuo acts on his growing resentment for Kaneda becoming the leader of a rival biker gang and going to war with his lifelong friend. The manga also contains drug use. In the anime, we see drugs being sold, but we don't really see their influence on the overall story. The pill design is actually pretty symbolic within the anime. You see it on the back of Kaneda's jacket, and you also see it in other places as well, but you don't really understand its importance. In the manga, the drugs are street versions of the pills taken by these experimental children to temporarily boost their mental abilities. However, these pills were much stronger than the street versions. In the manga, they explain that one of the grains contained inside of one of those pills were as strong as an entire bag of the street counterpart. Because of the drug's effects and Tetsuo's urge to become stronger, he develops a drug addiction. This is only mentioned in the movie, but it's actually a bigger part of the manga. In the movie, Akira was a boy who once lived, who had the strongest psychic abilities, and who caused the explosion that started World War III. However, in the manga, Akira still lives and is sealed underground. The second half of the Akira manga involves two factions within Tokyo and also the United States military. The anime movie is long, but fast-paced, containing a lot of action, but just lacking the depth of story. The manga, I feel at times, is pretty slow-paced, and that's the only complaint that I have about it. But because of the manga's slow pacing, we have explanations for why the experiments were taking place, how the experiments happened, and what caused these abilities, what the ability actually is and where its energy comes from, and we get in-depth story for the past of Kaneda and Tetsuo, their friendship and their rivalry, character development for many characters which the movie doesn't even give a second thought, and the action in the Akira manga is superior to the movie. In the manga, Tetsuo is nearly godlike. He gains so much more power than you see within the anime. He can do so much more in the manga. And if you were to compare the climax of the movie to the manga, in the anime, it's only about 5 or so minutes of action, while the manga, the entire 6th volume, is its counterpart. It's an entire war. For the overall presentation of the movie, while this was created in the 80s, this had a very big budget, and I feel that its animation can stand up to today's anime. I feel that this is a work of art. It is simply beautiful. The music is very original. It's iconic. It's something that I can listen to by itself, and it's something that really stands out on its own. When you listen to this music, you know this is Akira. As far as the English dub goes, for its time, it's not bad. I can recommend you to watch this with either sub or dub. It won't make that much of a difference. Most people watch things with the Japanese audio so that they can get more emotion out of the characters, but it won't really matter here just because most of the story is removed from the movie anyways. As far as the presentation of the manga, it's beautiful. From page 1 to page 2000, the animation never drops. This is a problem that I have with a lot of different anime series. You'll pick up a random volume, volume 4, open it up to the beginning, past the few beautiful color pages, and it's at a slow point, the animation just drops. But for the manga of Akira, it stays beautiful with much detail throughout the entire series. And with the intense moments in Akira, with the build-up, I can really feel the hair standing up on the back of my neck, the intensity of the moments, and then when the action finally gets here, it just blows me away. Even though I had seen the movie of Akira numerous times before reading the manga, I still didn't know what was going to happen, just because so many things were different, and I really enjoyed reading the manga. I highly recommend the Akira movie and manga to everyone. It is a shame that this manga series did not get a proper anime translation into a long series that properly adapted everything that happened in the manga. If you haven't experienced either the movie or the manga yet, I would recommend that you watch the movie first, just to get a taste for some of the crazy events that are going to happen within the manga, just because some of the slower pacing within the manga I feel might turn a few people away. Despite the movie's lack of storytelling, and despite the slow pacing in parts of the manga, I highly recommend this to everyone. It was just a great experience. So if you've seen the movie, if you've read the manga, leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you later.